Welcome to 5 Star Weekly. It's a 6-pointer this weekend as Atlanta United have it all to do. We get into all that and more coming up. Before we get into it, become part of the notification squad by hitting the bell next to the subscribe button on YouTube. Welcome to the show, 5 Star fam. I'm AJ, and Atlanta United drew 2-2 to the New York Red Bulls over the weekend. And yeah, it was definitely a match that we needed the points, all 3 points. Unfortunately, we were not able to get it. But yeah, we will get into the review shortly. But first off, shouts out to our loyal Patreon fam, and most notably Gavin, Jordan, Niall, Andrew, Chris, and Nick. You guys are legends. But yeah, let's get into the New York Red Bulls match at Red Bull Arena. Man, both sides came out with a purpose, and yeah, we do have another match against them, in this run-in. But yeah, we against this side who were very much struggling, but they entered Saturday in 5th place. But yeah, it was a match where it was right for the taking. But Red Bulls with this draw, they were able to get into a top 4 position, and so their strength throughout the season anyway kind of buoyed them for sure. But yeah, as far as Atlanta United and coming into this match in 11th place, I mean, we basically were just trading goals. We, we were able to find a go-ahead goal as well, but we ultimately were not able to keep the lead. But yeah, kind of early on, it was very much Red Bulls, kind of with our back line of 5, which Noah Cobb came in, and Jamal Tiare came up top in a kind of either 5-3-2, or if you want to call it a 3-5-2. Basically, we played with 2 strikers, Saba and Tiare, and yeah, with wingbacks. But they were able to find a lot of space out wide, unfortunately, the New York Red Bulls. And yeah, it was a lot of on the counter, oddly enough, even though, yeah, it didn't seem like we were really trying to play with the ball, but it still was a thing where they were able to do what the Red Bulls do, press up high, and then able to create chances, but also, yeah, balls over the top. And those quick balls over the top caught us out a little bit with our a little bit higher line, and their strikers were able to get in behind one-on-one with Brad Guzan, who had to stand tall a lot in this match, or even kick save a number of chances from the New York Red Bulls. 21 shots on the night. But yeah, it one of the first chances, he's one-on-one with a striker, and Brad Guzan has to two-hand save it to parry it out for a corner. There's another chance where he's also one-on-one, big paw, and this is all on the left side. It seemed like they were able to target that with Brooks Lennon and Noah Cobb in behind them. That seemed to be the location for this. But it seems like, though, Atlanta United were able to weather a little bit, but unfortunately, with a ball out wide from a corner, there was a basically Lennon had to go out and defend a cross, and he was not able to block it. And to the near post, there was a New York Red Bull player that was able to sneak it in past Brad Guzan to the opposite post. And Yeah, they're up 1-0, and it seems like it's that way for a little bit of time. We were able to get a penalty from a Jamal Tiare, where he was fouled in the box. This also was a ball over the top from Noah Cobb. And, Jamal Tiare, he gets fouled in the box. A little bit of contact. He goes down. Alexei Miranchuk, he steps up to the spot. And it is as cool as you like. I mean, he dispatches it, sends the keeper the wrong way to the right. And Miranchuk, he is able to score it with just passing it into the bottom left corner. Not too much in the corner, but to that side. But I mean, it seems like I think with the bits of kind of, I guess, with him scoring that goal against Inter Miami, the confidence is rising. I believe he's got 2 goals and an assist already, and definitely looking forward to more from him. Taking the reins of scoring the penalties. So definitely, and hopefully he can be as cool as he was in this moment. But so LA United, into second half, we're kind of just trading blows. There's chance after chance on Guzan, unfortunately, where he's having to go down low. He's having to just make save after save. He had 8 saves in this match, and still, unfortunately, we were not able to get the 3 points. Rob Valentino, he mentioned it after the match that, quote, Brad has a performance like that, we have to reward him with 3 points. He saved us on a number of occasions. It's definitely upsetting that he was not able to be able to, be rewarded with the 3 points. But, into where, we were able to get up, where Edwin Mosquera, he came on for Saba in the 92nd minute. And it was stoppage time basically for all of these goals here. But Edwin Mosquera, first touch pretty much, and he's pretty much attacking that left side, and he dribbles, and then he gets into the edge of the box, or to pretty much the outside of the box, and he curls one that we didn't know was in his locker. I mean, Edwin Mosquera, this is his first goal this season. We're in September, but man, he definitely was able to surprise everybody with it into the top right corner. And he goes to the corner to celebrate with his teammates. He's lifted up like Pele. It's, finger in the air. I mean, just an incredible goal and completely unexpected. And it's kind of what Mosquera brings. He's just kind of the chaos merchant. And, with his fresh legs, he was able to get us the go-ahead goal. But unfortunately, at New York Red Bulls, their home, it is just a house of horrors, unfortunately. And we are not able to keep the lead. There is pretty much a very, very late equalizer where Derek Williams not able to clear the ball very far after a bit of a clearance from or a parry from Guzan. And it's a little bit of naive defending. I feel like we probably just should have cleared the danger. He tried to be a little cute with it, with a little bit of a maybe trying to pass it out for a corner. It doesn't go very far, and unfortunately it bounces around in the box, and Red Bull are able to find an open man where, unmarked. He's able to just blast it past Braguzan, and it's cruel. It is very cruel. But yeah, it just seems like, there's moments where LA United switch off, even though the defense is not that poor. It's just where we cannot be resolute. We cannot be a team that essentially closes out matches. I feel like it was naive in that, we weren't taking it to the corner and wasting as much time as possible because, we really, really desperately needed these 3 points. But, unfortunately, it is what it is, and it ends in a draw. And unfortunately, it is where, we have 4 games left this season. And, these are all must-wins. We are not in a playoff spot. But, we'll get into that very, very shortly. So, that does it for the match review. Gets us into the news. And, like aforementioned, LA United are in 11th. We are 3 points away from Philadelphia for the 9th spot. Also 3 points away from Toronto for the 8th spot as well. But there are some differences in the table in order for us to get into those spots. New York City FC, they're in 7th with 41 points, so very unlikely we will catch them. But Montreal are also ahead of us in 10th. Jose Martinez, of course, in that squad. But very, very sad days there in terms of how the table looks. But Braguzan, he did with his performance of 8 saves. He made the MLS Team of the Match Day in Match Day 34. What can we say about Braguzan this season? He arguably has been one of our best players, if not the best player that we've had this season. As well, Edwin Mosquera, he was up for the MLS goal of the match day. And that strike, incredible. But as far as the kind of just going around the league, you have the U.S. Open Cup, LAFC, they have won it. The Vancouver Whitecaps, they have won the Canadian Championship. It is as well. The Columbus Crew, unfortunately, were not able to win the Campeones Cup to keep it in MLS. So as far as the next biggest bit of news, Atlanta United have apparently had some whittled it down to finalists for the head coach position, according to Tom Bogert. Patrick Vieira, of course, of Invincible Arsenal fame, and AC Milan, Juventus. Yes, he apparently is one of the finalists for the head coach position for Atlanta United. And of course, he previously coached at also RC Strasbourg, Premier League side at Crystal Palace, Nice in France as well, and started his coaching career with NYCFC, where he had a very good 2.5-year run, but unfortunately wasn't able to win anything. But it, of course, was also in the years that we came into the league, and we were able to get the best of him in a little bit. Patrick Vieira, his time with NYCFC, he had a 1.58 points per match, won 40 games, drew 22, and lost 28. Unfortunately, it got a little worse after that with the other clubs that he had coached at. Nice, 35 wins, 21 draws, 33 losses for a point per match of 1.42. At Crystal Palace, 22 wins, 24 draws, 28 losses, 1.22 points per match. And, I mean, it also is with context that, Crystal Palace, they probably gave him the axe a little soon. They were playing pretty decent ball. He is a coach that wants to play with possession. He, with NYCFC, did have David Villa, had Frank Lampard, and it is definitely where, and I mean also, of course, a lot of very, very good players. So maybe he has that pull as well. But RC Strasbourg, this is where, he was only coaching there for a little bit over a year, and he won 13 games, drew 9, lost 16 for a points per match of 1.26. So, I mean, coming from the Man City youth setup, it was very promising. Where in his kind of last youth league manager days, or I mean, at least for the pretty much almost 3 years he was that that coach for them. It was 2.09 points per match, and so definitely a very, very promising kind of stint there. But it is ultimately, the question is he the right coach for LA United? And will he be the coach in 2025? I mean, he obviously has the Arsenal pull. A lot of fans, I think, know him from his tenure there, where he was captaining the undefeated for an entire season Arsenal side. Vieira, as a player, hard-nosed, two-way guy, able to score goals, able to be part of a pretty much two-man midfield in the 4-4-2 kind of setup for Arsenal. That basically, man, he is a player that has seen a lot of winning, a lot of how to play the game, and had some very good coaches kind of coach him. And so him at NYCFC, I think, with the players that he had, with the talent, it also was attractive football. And so I think he's able to be pragmatic when he needs to be. And it ultimately is, he has coached in MLS. He has European, experience as well. And he's kind of a reclamation project. He's trying to, get his coaching career back on track. So, whether it is Vieira or not, I think it's definitely a very promising kind of finalist for us. That it is at least at that level. There were some other coaches bandied about on social media that whether they're from very good sources or not, the likes of a Josh Wolf from Austin FC is that's not what we're looking for here. But it would have been very interesting, because obviously Tyler Wolf, his son, plays for the club. You would imagine Tyler would be getting a lot more time, but I can't see that as a Josh as a really viable option for LA United. So, wrapping up in the news, LA United 2, they fell 1-0 to Inter Miami CF2 on Tuesday night in the club's home finale. And midfielder Javier Armas now leads the MLS Next Pro in minutes after going full 90 for the 27th time this season. So that does it for the news and gets us to the mailbag. And you guys send in these questions through Discord and IG story. Please continue to do so. We might answer your question in the future. So first question comes from Nick in the ATL. How does LA United, or any team for that matter, combat the typical Philly Union style of play or go flopping on the field in the later minutes. I mean, to combat that, it's very, very difficult because obviously if they have the lead, they're going to try to find any way to waste time, shithouse, and really pretty much, absolutely try to find a way to see out the match. And you can't really kind of defend them for not wanting to do that. And I think the main way to possibly do that is, to try to have possession of the ball, but it really is don't let them have the ball, and that's the best way to defend against a team that is going to waste time. But have the lead, and basically also without Jose Martinez, which they have sold to Mexico. Well, Philly, they are less so, maybe a little bit of that, but it is still, they are playing a lot better, and of course we will get into that in the match preview. So next question comes from greatest Josh Cohen fan. Thinking outside the box, but was quote-unquote considering Josh Wolf just a ploy to quicken up the process, pressuring Vieira to sign, which I assume he is interested in the job. On Vieira, it seems like he was, apparently, at least according to Fox Sports, he reached out to us about the job. It seems like maybe before the search firm was hired. As far as Josh Wolf, whether that's a serious rumor or not, we can pontificate that it was a ploy or not, but I think, if Patrick Vieira is going to sign, it's not really going to be before the end of the season anyway. I think they're going to be very strategic on when Vieira or anybody that gets the head coach position signs. I think it will be at the end of the season, and kind of that goodwill that because he's not going to be coaching it. He's not be coaching the club from now to the end of the season anyway. So it pretty much is Rob Valentino until the end of the season. And it very much seems like, unfortunately, Rob Valentino probably will not be able to get the head coach position. Just looking at the performances and the record that we have, maybe if he was able to will us into a higher playoff spot, then there might be a different conversation. But next question comes from Spunpetto. Why doesn't the front office get the concept that this team doesn't have a pit bull? Trying to decipher between the lines what you mean by a pit bull. Possibly, someone in the middle of the park that's able to really just break up a lot of the attack and run for days, have that engine, and then also pretty much run the game for us. We don't really have that player per se that's able to do all of that. Schleich probably has been brought in as that guy, and he's been, I think, a mixed bag, but I think defensively, I think he has done, a pretty admirable job throughout the season. I think it's if he can grow into becoming more of a metronome for us, I think that's where we can really find him to be most of use for us. But next question comes from Anesh_P23. Why do we suck? Well, I guess if you haven't really paid attention in the past 5 years, we've pretty much been mediocre or worse, and that pretty much starts at the top, where a lot of bad decisions on personnel, a lot of pretty much underperforming players, or players that are on high wages that pretty much handcuff the team to be able to make more moves to make up for the fact that there's a lot of players that are just not up to par, and weird roster construction, and players that are misfits for a system that Yeah, pretty much with coaches that have come in and out that, basically are not up to the standard that we expect, has pretty much led us to this spot. So, in a nutshell, that's what that is. But anyway, let's get into the match preview then. And 7:30 on Saturday at Subaru Park. It's against the aforementioned Philadelphia Union. And it's 11th versus 9th in the East. Our last match that we played against them was in April to a 2-2 draw at the Benz. And their last match they played to a 4-0 win against DC United. So they are definitely flying high with seeing the ball hit the back of the net. But with Philly, they've in the last 6 against them, they've won 6, drawn 2, and we've only won 1. So we very much it's just not good playing against Philly lately. And they are a team that has kept most of their players from the last season, but obviously with some just a little bit of new players in the summer window. But Yuri, Carranza, their top 2 players, they still play with that diamond midfield, and it very much is a tough team to crack. They are experienced. They are a team that's really, really good at creating scoring chances. Maybe not really, really good. We'll give them the relativity of really good at creating scoring chances. They set pieces pretty good as well, and they press well. They defend set pieces well, and aerially they are stout. Now they aren't great at protecting the lead. They're not great at defending counterattacks, and not also as well from attacks down the wings from defending those. So there's, I think, areas that we can attack them, especially on the counter. If they want to play with the ball, that works out perfectly for us. We do have players that can hit them on the counter to really make it dangerous, and pretty much do what we need to do to possibly steal 3 points here. But Philly, coming into the season, they were touted as probably, I think pretty high. I mean, there were pundits that had them finishing first in the Eastern Conference and only as low as 8th. They've definitely underperformed this season. And Jim Curtin, obviously, with kind of a very roller coaster of a season. Well, it's very much do we actually expect Jim Curtin to make the playoffs? Well, right now they are in the pole position to be able to be in that final wild card spot, essentially. But so as far as some match facts, Philadelphia, they've been winning at both halftime and full-time in 5 of their last 7 matches. There have been over 2.5 goals scored in Philly's last 3 games. And LA United have conceded at least 2 goals in their last 3 matches. So definitely going to be interesting. I think there's going to be goals here. But let's get into the unavailable players for LA United. Ronald Hernandez with his ankle probably still out. Shawnee Silva with his foot injury likely still out as well. And Quentin Westberg, he's still on concussion protocol and likely will be out as well. So let's get into that predicted starting 11 then. And I think it's gonna be a little bit of what we expect maybe, but also we're gonna be playing a little bit more on the counter, so I think this is where it's gonna be fairly important. But so Raguzan between the sticks, obviously Lennon and Amador as the fullbacks in a back four. Gregerson and Williams, as expected, as the center back pairing. In midfield, Schleich and Fortune as the engine room. I think both of them have the most legs, and we will need it against this Philadelphia Union side. Saba on the left, and Edwin Mosquera, I have him coming in as, the other winger, where I think he earned this start. I think, with that goal, he's going to be brimming with some confidence. And we've seen in past years when he gets that confidence, he very much can kind of ride that with some more goals and assists. So hopefully we can get more of that from the Colombian. Miranchuk in the middle, that's, I think, the obvious one. And then I think it's Jamal Tiare up top. I think we need that counterattack speed. We need that ability to hit them quickly. And I think if we can do that, and then later on, maybe bring on a Rios, and we can kind of hold up the ball a little bit and try to see out the match if we have a lead. So we shall see. But that gets us into the score prediction. And like I said, I think there's going to be goals. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. And yeah, I think Saba might be able to get one. And maybe Amador, who's been obviously playing very well. I think he's got some confidence in him right now, and hopefully he can find something as well to possibly get him off the mark. But yeah, unfortunately, this does not help our playoff position. Obviously, like I said at the top of the show, this is a 6-pointer, but it's just difficult to see us doing that on the road. We have been playing so much better on the road, but arguably better on the road than at home at times, which is really weird to say. So yeah, unfortunately, it is that scoreline for me. What do you guys think? Let us know. But that pretty much does it for the entire episode, except for the question of the day. And the question of the day is, how much can the Wonder Strikes from Mosquera and Miranchuk help them going forward? Let us know in the comments below. Looking forward to what you have to say. But guys, that is the episode there and there. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I've been AJ. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.